Good morning. We're going to be starting in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes, just getting on here, giving you time to get settled. You don't need a yoga mat. If you have one, that's great. Just comfortable clothing. Maybe you'd like to have some water nearby. But you don't need anything to practice yoga, except you. If you can breathe, you can do yoga. And this might even be your first time, and I'm so glad you're here to join us today. And so I'm going to be coming onto the screen here right now. Coming here, just had him as a little prop. We don't really need him on there anymore. Just kind of getting ready here for our yoga class, starting at 10 a.m. So if this is your first time doing yoga, you can just follow along. Join me as you feel comfortable. I won't do a whole lot of singing today, but we'll do a lot of stretching and breathing. And I think it's going to be super fun. So things to expect. Well, I am teaching this class from my home, and I do have 3 teenage boys. So hopefully we don't have too many interruptions. And I did put the dog up because sometimes cars drive by and he barks. But maybe next time I'll introduce Moose. But I can see that there's several of you on here getting ready to watch and to do yoga. So welcome. Welcome to an online yoga class. I'm delighted that you're here. If this is your first yoga class, awesome, welcome. You can just follow along. I'll try to describe things the best I can. If you ever need a break, you can just take a seat just like this, crisscross, or you can lay on your belly or lay on your back. Any of those things are great. Things are different right now. Things are a little different. And maybe today you might feel sad or you might feel disappointed. Maybe you had plans today, or you were planning to go to school, but now you're staying home, or maybe you had a play date that you're not doing now. So we might be having some big emotions. And so I'm hoping that some of the breath and movement we do will help bring some calm and some fun into our life. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Miss Niki, or Teacher Niki, and we're going to start our class by taking 3 breaths with our singing bowl. Okay, so this is a singing bowl. I am holding my hand out flat like a pancake or a piece of pizza. And when we hear the sound of the singing bowl, we're going to take a breath through our nose. And we're going to do 2 more breaths just like that, inhaling through our nose. And then 1 more breath. Yeah. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you are here today. Maybe you're feeling alone today, but I'm here with you. So I'm here with you right now. So you don't have to be alone right now. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of wiggle on our yoga mat or our floor or carpet, wherever we are, and we're going to tap out our yoga space. So maybe we're tapping at the front of our mat or our floor, and we're maybe noticing how our fingers feel under our mat. And then we're going to reach to one side, and then to the front, and then back to the other side. And maybe we'd like to reach back with our fingers pointed toward our seat and give just a gentle rock back and forth, maybe noticing how our shoulders feel this morning. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to do our first circle breaths of the morning. And a circle breath is where we have our hands at our side. We inhale and make a big circle. Hands to heart center like this. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth, or in through our nose and out through our nose. Noticing maybe what our body likes today. So we're going to do 2 more. 1 more. And then we're going to shake out those hands a little bit. Shaking one hand, maybe shaking the other hand. Maybe we feel comfortable shaking both hands today. Up towards the ceiling, down towards our yoga mat. Maybe we're dabbing today. Maybe we're dabbing on the other side today. And then a little bit more shaking for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're nice and still with an inhale, exhale, and then we're going to rub our hands. And I'm going to do a song called Rub Your Hands. Rub your hands, sit up tall, take a deep breath. You can join me if you would like. Rub your hands, sit up tall, take a deep breath. And maybe this time you'd like to breathe through your nose and out through your nose. So you're going to seal your lips together like this. Maybe like they're glued or sticky candy. Okay, you can try that. So we're going to rub your hands, sit up tall, take a deep breath. Nice. We're going to rock on our seat for just one moment, and then coming to complete stillness, we're going to wiggle those fingers and bring our hands together so they look like this. If you can see on the screen there, our fingertips are touching. We're going to do a few balloon breaths. Now this is a great breath if you're feeling maybe anxious or sad or disappointed or angry. So we're going to inhale and make a tiny balloon. Exhale and press our hands together. Your breath in, your breath out. Your breath in, your breath out. Let's just do 2 more together. Your breath. Ready? Your breath in. And then we're going to wiggle those fingers. And today we're going to talk a little bit about kindness. So we're going to take our thumb to our pinky, our thumb to our ring finger, our thumb to our middle finger, and our thumb to our pointer finger. Okay, so it's going to be tap, 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 tap. But maybe your body would rather do this today. Maybe you'd like to just take your thumb to your forefingers, kind of like crab pinchers, okay? So maybe your body likes that better today. You decide if you want to tap, 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 or tap, 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 tap. And today we're going to say, I can be kind. Okay, so we're going to say that together 2 times out loud. Then we're going to say it in a whisper 2 times. And then we're going to say it just in our mind twice. So with me, we're going to say, I can be kind. I can be kind. Now, we're going to whisper, I can be kind. I can be kind. And then we're going to say it just in our mind. And then we're going to rub our hands. Maybe noticing how our hands feel this morning. Maybe we'd like to rub our hands up by our ear and notice how that sounds. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to do what's called cobra breath next. So maybe you get wiggling in your seat just a little bit. And a cobra breath is similar to a circle breath, but you'll see why it's called cobra breath in just one moment. So we're going to inhale. Kind of like you've seen a snake come out of a basket, right? So we're going to do a few more of those. Inhale. Two more. One more. And then we're going to gently shake out our hand. Maybe gently shaking out our other hand. And now we're going to come up onto our hands and our knees. So we're going to come up on our hands and our knees. We're going to have starfish hands just like this, okay? Be on our hands and our knees. And this is called tabletop, okay? Or flat back, so tabletop pose. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a cat, cow, puppy, dog is what we're going to learn today. If you've never done this before, you can follow along. Maybe you've been in my class and you know exactly where we're going. So what we're going to do for cow is we're going to tilt our chin up towards the ceiling and we're going to drop just our belly button down towards the ground, okay? Down towards the floor. So we still are on our hands and our knees. And maybe you're a sad and lonely cow with moo. Oh, that might be kind of silly, but maybe we need to be a little silly today, okay? Maybe we need to be a little silly today. So let's try that again, another cow pose. So we're gonna tilt that chin up towards the ceiling, drop that belly button down towards the floor with a moo. And then we're going to look towards our belly button and lift our shoulders up toward the ceiling like we're a Halloween cat with a meow. Back down to tabletop. And then reaching those shoulders back towards the ceiling, looking towards our belly button with a meow. And then back towards our tabletop. And then we're gonna add breath to our cow and our cat. So we're gonna inhale to cow, tilting that chin up, and exhale to cat. Looking towards our belly button. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. 2 more. Cow. Cat, looking towards our belly button. Your breath in. Your breath out. And then we're gonna sit back on our knees, maybe gently shake out those hands. Maybe you notice that your wrists were feeling all of the work that you were doing. All right, now we're gonna come back, starfish hands, down onto our tabletop, and we're gonna add puppy dog. So with puppy dog, we're gonna look over our shoulder towards our hip and wag our tail just like we're a puppy dog. Like a woof woof. And then we're gonna come back to center. Then we're gonna look over our other shoulder and wag our tail. And back to our tabletop. And from here, we're gonna add breath. We're gonna inhale at tabletop, exhale, and look towards our shoulder. Inhale, look toward our shoulder. Inhale, look to our shoulder. Inhale, look to our shoulder. And then we're gonna sit back and gently shake out our hands. Yeah. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do what's called flat back balance pose. Oh, let me see here. Someone's saying they're not getting sound on their end. Did I do something wrong? See? First time doing live video. I don't know. Here we go. Is that better? Learning. Yoga practice, not yoga perfect. So we just did our cat, cow, puppy dog, and we just did, we did our cat, cow, puppy dog. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our flat back balance pose. So we're gonna inhale and lift. We're gonna reach our one arm out with an inhale. Exhale, we're gonna reach our opposite leg back. So I'm gonna turn to the side here so you can see, okay? All right, one arm out, opposite leg back. All right, so we're gonna inhale and reach those fingers. Exhale, right here. Thank you for being patient with me. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so we're gonna inhale, exhale, back down to tabletop. And from here, we're gonna reach the other arm and the opposite leg, okay? And we're gonna inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale, reaching. Exhale, back down to our tabletop. Sitting back, gently shaking out those hands. We're warming our bodies up. Lots of stuff going on in the world today. Shaking some of that out. And now we're gonna add elbow to knee. So we're on our hands and our knees. And we're gonna inhale, exhale. So we're opposite arm and leg, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale and reach, elbow to knee. Inhale and reach, elbow to knee. Inhale and reach, elbow to knee. One more inhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, and down to our knees, gently shaking out those hands. I can tell that your bodies really like yoga. From here, I can tell. I can feel the love through the screen. Okay, we're gonna reach our other arm out and our opposite leg back. And again, we're gonna do our elbow to knee. So one big inhale with a reach. Exhale, staying right here. So we're gonna inhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, elbow to knee. Last one. And then we're going to sit back, gently shake out those hands. And then we're going to just take a moment to listen to our breath. Maybe you notice your heart beating. Maybe you can hear the sound of your breath in and out of your nose. Maybe as you quiet, you can hear sounds in your house. I can hear birds chirping. Maybe you'd like to gently close your eyes for just one breath. And then fluttering them open for one more breath. And now we're going to move up, nice and tall, standing nice and tall on our yoga mats or our floor, rolling one shoulder back, rolling the other shoulder back. And we're going to do a couple of mountain breaths. So we're going to inhale and then exhale. Maybe you'd like to pretend there's a string pulling you up towards the ceiling, straightening on that back with an inhale. Maybe we could do extended mountain if you're comfortable with that. Inhale. Maybe make a mountain peak. Exhale. Maybe you widen your feet a little bit. Extend those hands up, wiggle those fingers, and come up onto those tiptoes for your next breath. Exhale. Nice and strong. So we're going to do a couple of chair breaths here. So we're going to stand like our feet are on skis or maybe railroad tracks. Okay? So they're just a nice straight line. And maybe you could join me in thinking of what kind of seat you would like to sit in today. Maybe you want to sit in a throne. Maybe you want to sit in a gaming chair. Maybe you want to sit on a park bench. Okay, so be thinking what kind of chair you might want to sit in. So we're going to inhale and reach those arms up. And we're going to exhale and just sit back just a little. And here, we're going to inhale and reach up a little. Sit a little lower. Maybe even just a tiny, tiny little centimeter. Inhale, reaching those arms, just the arms up. Sitting just a little lower. Maybe you're going to sit a little lower into whatever chair that you've chosen today with an inhale. One more little sit. And then a big inhale. Hands to heart center. And then we'll rub those hands. Maybe gently shaking one out, the other one out. Maybe you're shaking those legs out a little bit, waking up that body. All right, now if you could join me. If you're on a yoga mat, you can stand at the back of your yoga mat. If you're watching standing on carpet or other floor, that's fine too. But we're going to take one giant step forward. And we're going to bend that front knee. And our back leg's going to be straight. And our foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle. But if you think about a clock, your foot's going to be at the 10 o'clock, okay? So it's just turned in just a little bit. And we're going to come into our warrior series. And this is warrior one. We've got our hands at our side. And we're going to inhale. And we're going to lift those arms up nice and high and exhale with our hands in the sky. Inhale towards the ceiling. And then your breath out. Now this time we're going to squeeze our hands and then exhale. Inhale, squeeze. Two more. One more. Okay, if you would like to join me, I'm going to jump to the other side. Or you can step back to the other side. Because in yoga, we do both sides. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Jump! Some good jumping over there. Some good jumping over there. Or stepping. You need to, this is what I love about yoga is we get to listen to our body for what our body needs right now, okay? So if your body needed to step, that's okay. If your body needed to jump, that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna do the other side now. So we're gonna inhale, remember, front knee's bent, back leg is straight with your foot tilted just a little bit. And we're gonna inhale. Leap those arms up for the exhale. You can breathe in through your nose, out through your nose, in through your nose, out through your mouth, your choice. Okay, so we're gonna inhale up, your breath out. All right, here we go for our 4 warrior 1 poses. We're gonna inhale and squeeze. Inhale, squeeze. Your breath in, squeeze. Last one. And then we're gonna step back. Maybe you'd like to gently shake out those legs because you worked hard. You worked really hard. Let's do a couple balloon breaths, okay? We're gonna do a couple balloon breaths to quiet our heart. So we're gonna inhale. Inhale. 2 more, your breath. 1 more. And then we're going to step back because we're going to go into our warrior 2. So we're going to take a giant step forward again. This is similar to our first yoga posture we did with the warrior 1. So we have that front knee bent, the back legs at an angle. If you hear noises, it could be my children in the fridge. And we're going to inhale. Well, we're going to reach those arms out, just like this, okay? So you're going to maybe look over your back finger, maybe look over your front finger. Nice and strong here. 1 big breath in warrior 2 with an inhale. And then an exhale. And then we're going to straighten that front leg and we're going to bring our arms together like this. Can you see how that looks? Okay. And we're going to inhale with that leg straight. And then we're going to reach and bend for the exhale. Your breath in. Your breath in. Your breath in. And then from down here, we're going to jump to the other side or gently walk. Okay, your choice. So 3, 2, 1, jump. Oh, so strong. So if it was hard to see before, we're going to be doing this. Okay, we're going to be reaching, keeping our back leg straight, bending that front leg. Okay, didn't know if that was easy to see or not. Learning as we go. All right, so we're going to reach those arms out nice and strong. Maybe you're looking back over your back hand, maybe over your front hand. Nice and strong. 1 big breath in warrior 2. Your breath in. Your breath out. We're going to straighten that front leg. Bring those arms together. Your breath in. Reach and bend out. 3 more. Your breath in. Bend and reach. 2 more. Bend and reach. 1 more. Bend and reach. And then we're going to gently step back. Maybe shaking out those hands. Gently shaking out those feet. Yeah. And we're going to do a couple mountain breaths. So rolling that shoulder back. Rolling that other shoulder back. We learned this a little earlier. So we're going to breathe in nice and deep through our nose with your breath in. Your breath out. 2 more. Your breath in. Your breath out. Maybe you'd like to cross your hands over your heart for this last one. Your breath in. Your breath out. All right, well, we're going to be doing warrior 3 now. So warrior 3 pose, also known as airplane pose, is we're going to balance on 1 leg today. So go ahead and pick a foot, any foot. It's okay. Maybe it's your left, maybe it's your right. And we're going to lift up the opposite knee and just notice our balance. Okay? Maybe we're a little wobbly. Maybe we feel nice and strong. Okay? Our body is different every day. And so today, we're going to reach our hands behind us, and we're going to just gently lift that back leg, okay? We're going to just gently lift it, but you can leave, see if you can see on there, you can leave your toe down like it's a kickstand. So you might be like, oh, I'm wobbly. That's okay. Just get back in. Do what your body can do today. So we're going to inhale, exhale. Maybe you want to try lifting that leg. Exhale. And then 1 more, inhale. And exhale back down. we're an airplane. Or maybe like we're Superman or Iron Man or Wonder Woman. So we want to try the other foot. We're going to lift up that knee, notice our balance. And maybe just noticing, how does our foot feel on the floor? Maybe noticing, are we more wobbly on this side? Just noticing our bodies for a minute. And you can bring your foot down as a kickstand, just like this. You can always leave your toe down. Maybe you want to reach out like this with your hand on your hip and gently lift your foot up just a little bit. We'll do a few breaths here. Your breath in, your breath out. You can touch down anytime. Your breath in, your breath out. Maybe you try to lift. Your breath in, your breath out. Gently shaking out those feet. Gently shaking out those hands. I'm going to do a few circle breaths here. Inhale. Hands heart center. 2 more. Maybe you'd like to look up towards the ceiling on this one and see how your body feels doing that. And then we're going to melt all the way down onto our yoga mats. All the way down till we're seated in crisscross. And we're going to do a couple more breaths and some relaxation here as we wind up class. We're going to do what's called flock of birds breath. Flock of birds breath. And flock of birds looks like this. We're going to all inhale together like this. And then, like a bird, bring our wings down. And then inhale. Maybe you could think about what kind of bird you'd like to be right now. Inhale. And 2 more flock of birds together. Nice and strong breath. All right, so we're going to do what's called seated owl twist or owl pose. So on this one, you can hoo like an owl if you would like, but we're going to take our hand to our opposite knee, and then we're going to bring our other hand behind us, helping us sit up nice and tall. And when we take a deep breath in through our nose, we're going to look over our shoulder where our hand is on the floor with an exhale. And then we're going to take another breath, pretending there's a string on our head, pulling us up toward the ceiling like this. And we're going to look a little bit more over our shoulder. Maybe you could go, hoo, hoo, hoo. Maybe that's fun for you today. And another breath. Looking just a little bit more. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So we're going to grab our opposite knee, and we're going to reach our other arm right behind us. And we're going to be sitting up nice and tall, pretending there's a string pulling us up to the ceiling. So we're going to inhale, look over our shoulder where our hands are on the floor. So we're going to inhale. Maybe we're going to hoo, hoo, hoo as we look a little bit more. And then just a little bit more looking. And then we come back to center. We come back to center. And we're going to do what's called fist breath right now. So fist breath is something that you can use maybe with a sibling, or maybe you're feeling frustrated, or you have to wait to play a game, or there's all kinds of situations where you might be angry or stressed or just feeling sad. But fist breath is a great breath you can use anywhere. So we're going to have our palms open towards the ceiling like this. And you can make as tight of a fist as you would like. So we're going to inhale and squeeze. Exhale and open our palms or open our hands. Inhale and squeeze. Exhale and release. Squeeze. Release. One more, your breath. Exhale. And maybe we're shaking out those hands just a little bit. And I'm going to introduce you to one of my tools. This is called a breathing ball or a Hoberman sphere, okay? So we're going to take a few breaths with our Hoberman sphere or a breathing ball, and then we're going to do a little bit of relaxation, and I'll guide you through that. Something to just help us relax a little bit. So we're going to, when the ball opens like this, We take a big breath and then we exhale. So let's try that together. Your breath in, your breath out. Maybe this time you'd like to try in through your nose and out through your nose. Your breath in. And maybe this time you'd like to try with a big sigh out. Inhale like this. So there's a couple different ways you can do your breath with it. Inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. You can inhale through your nose and out through your nose. But the most important thing is that you're listening to your body and what your body needs right now. Okay, so one of the other things I'd love for you to think about is, what can I maybe teach at home? What can I practice at home? Is there a breath I can use? Maybe I can plan on using balloon breath if I'm afraid. Or maybe I can plan on using fist breath if I'm angry. Or maybe if I've been running around and I just feel like, I just can't settle down, maybe I could do a couple circle breaths, like 3, 4, 5 circle breaths. So be thinking about what you can be doing at home. And then we're going to just end with a little bit of guided relaxation. So if you'd like to join me by extending your feet, maybe wiggling those legs. First, we're going to do a little bit of wiggling out our feet a little bit. So we're going to inhale and pull our toes towards our nose like we're flexing our feet. Exhale, point our toes. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. And then we're going to reach to one side, both hands just to our side, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do 2 breaths here. We're going to inhale like there's a string on our head pulling us up to the ceiling. Exhale, looking over our shoulder. Our hands are on the yoga mat. So inhale with the string pulling us up. Exhale, looking over our shoulder. And then we're going to switch to the other side, sitting up nice and tall. Again, like we've got a string on our head pulling us up to the ceiling. Your breath in. Looking over our shoulder with the exhale. That's where our hands are on our mat or our floor. Inhale up towards the ceiling. Maybe looking just a little bit more. And then coming back to center, wiggling out those legs, extending those hands out. Maybe we can scooch up. Be mindful of what's behind you. You don't want to bonk your head, because if you would like, you could join me in slowly melting down onto your yoga mat, all the way down. So the back of your head's on the floor. But I'm going to sit up so you can see me. Well, now you're probably just listening to me. I'm going to sit up so I can guide you through guided relaxation. And if you're not comfortable laying down, that's okay. You can sit up with me. You can lay on your belly. You can lay on your back. So if you're all relaxed, laying down on your back right now, maybe you've got your hands facing up like this, like they're up towards the ceiling. Maybe you've got your hands flat down against your yoga mat. Maybe your hands are gently resting on your tummy. Maybe your hands are gently resting on your heart. And then we're going to just wiggle those toes. We're going to wiggle those toes a little bit. And then bring those to stillness like you're as still as a statue. And then maybe we're going to wiggle those fingers. Wiggle those fingers. And then we're going to bring those to stillness. Again, maybe your hands are flat on the ground. Maybe your hands are on your belly. Noticing what feels good for your body today. And then maybe we look left and we look right, kind of like you're shaking your head no. And then we're going to bring our head to stillness, getting comfortable. If we're lying on our backs, noticing how our head feels, making sure that's in a comfortable position. And then we're going to do a couple of breaths just laying here with your breath in. And then we're going to bring attention to our hands. And we're going to make fists, and you can squeeze as tight as you would like. And we're going to squeeze those hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your hands. Your breath in. Your breath attention to our shoulders. And if you're lying on your yoga mat, maybe you'd like to press your shoulders down towards the floor, or maybe you'd like to lift and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your shoulders. Your breath in. Your breath out. Maybe you'd like to try fluttering your eyes closed, but you can have your eyes open, your choice. You might try opening, closing, seeing what your body likes today. And then we're going to bring attention to our belly area and maybe our belly button. And if you're laying flat on your back, you can pull your belly button down towards the floor. Or if you're sitting up with me, you can pull your belly back towards the wall behind you or wherever you're sitting, just like you're sucking in your tummy for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your belly. Your breath in. Your breath out. Your breath in. Your breath out. And then we're going to bring attention to our feet. So maybe if you're laying down, you'd like to press those feet down to the floor. Or maybe you'd like to point them. What feels good for your body today? Pointing your toes, pressing your feet down into your yoga mat or the floor where you're seated, or laying down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your feet. Your breath in. Your breath out. Your breath in. Your breath out. And now we're going to bring attention to our eyebrows, or maybe your nose, or maybe your eyes. You're going to just squeeze part of your face. Maybe you feel more comfortable just flipping your eyebrows. Maybe you'd like to scrunch up your nose and your eyes. Your choice for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your face. Your breath in. Your breath out. Your breath in. Your breath out. And then finally, we're going to make everything as tight as possible. So maybe we're like stiff as a board. So we've got our arms straight, we've got our legs straight. Maybe we're squeezing in our belly. Maybe we're shrugging up our shoulders. Maybe we're scrunching our nose, but we're just making everything as tight, tight, tight as we can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your whole body down to the floor, noticing how the floor is supporting you. You're not going anywhere. Your breath in. Your breath out. Your breath in. Your breath out. Maybe you notice your tongue's on the roof of your mouth, so you let your tongue go, and then relax your jaw. And then we're going to just follow from the top of our head to the tips of our toes, from the crown of our head, maybe down our neck and our shoulders. Maybe we notice we're still kind of holding our shoulders, relaxing our shoulders a little bit more. Down to our belly and our hips, relaxing those muscles a little bit more. All the way down our legs, down to our heels. Maybe our feet fall out to the side a little bit more as we're getting totally, totally relaxed and restful. With a couple more breaths, if you'd like to put your hands on your belly or your heart, you can. We're going to do 3 breaths right here with your breath in, your breath out. You can even say, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And then we're going to wiggle those toes a little bit. Maybe you like to wiggle those fingers. Maybe you like to shake your head left and right, waking your body up. Maybe you're just gently rocking. Just bringing yourself back out of your restful place. And on your next breath, you could either roll to your side, or maybe you'd like to bend your knees just like this with your feet flat on the floor, reaching behind your legs and rolling up to a seated position. So if with your breath you choose how you want to get back up to join me in our crisscross with your breath in, your breath out. Another breath as we wait for everybody to join us. Your breath in, your breath out. And then we're going to end our class with a positive saying. And today we talked about kindness and maybe thinking, how can I be kind today? How can I be kind today? Can I wait maybe to use a toy? Can I say things with a nice voice? Can I let someone do something before me? Can I offer to help get someone lunch? What can I do today? Maybe you've already thought of something how you can be kind today. So we're going to place our hands on our head and you can repeat after me. And we're going to say together, may there be kindness in my thoughts. And then we're going to put our hands by our mouth. And we're going to say, may there be kindness in my words. And then we're going to place our hands over our heart. And we're going to say, may there be kindness in my heart. And we're going to do 2 final circle breaths today. So remember our circle breath, we have our hands at our side. We're going to inhale. Hands to heart center. 1 more. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you joined my yoga class, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.